start off with my little. Let's start off with my little tune that I like to start off with. Where I can find it. Here we go. Look, here we go. Got a little tune. There you go. Let's put me in the mood now. Nice little jingle. Yeah, beer. Cheers. Is it beer o'clock where you are in America, Chris?
What's it?
Is it beer o'clock there yet?
Every o'clock is beer o'clock, man.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you might as well when you're hanging out. Talking metal, you need to have that on. There's Chris. I think the other Chris is supposed to be coming on. He's on his way home or something. Cool. Normally, I have a couple of mates come in, but they're just fashionably late as they always are. But never mind. So, what's going on? You've got a new release coming out soon. Well, let's introduce you to everyone first. Who are you guys? You are Antipathic. Just the two of you, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yep, I'm Chris. I do guitars and drum programming.
And what do you do, Tato? You do the guitars. Do you do guitars as well, or singing?
Me? Sorry,
yeah.
bro.
What do you do, mate? In Antipathic?
I'm Tato. I play bass guitar and vocals.
Right.
Me and Chris, we met for a long time. Chris is a great guitar man from Human Repugnance. Do you know Human Repugnance?
Repugnance?
Human Repugnance.
Oh, Human Repugnance. I'm not sure. The name's familiar, but there's so many bands with similar names that I couldn't say for sure. I've probably heard of them.
Old brutal death metal band.
Right. So how did you guys...
I've known Tato for many years.
Okay, cool. How did you decide?
We stayed in touch for a long time, and 4 or 5 years ago, Chris, I don't remember, 5 years ago, Chris proposed me this new project. Of course,
okay.
Bro, of course.
That's cool.
It's my extreme metal band of the earth with me.
It gives you some outlet for some nasty riffing and some heavy shit, yeah.
Yeah, man.
What is it?
With technology, it's cool. You know, we've never met personally. You know, yet I'm he's in Italy, and it's pretty amazing how and a bunch of bands do this. You know, I mean, we just collaborate and kind of build things on one another. It's great to be live, but you don't necessarily need to be anymore.
No, that's true. And like I was going to say that, one of the questions I've asked a lot of people when I've chatted to them is, how's it been with the corona, with the COVID, with the lockdown? It don't make a difference. You're never in the same room anyway when you're in a band, I
should probably gives us more time, because you have more time at home, so you have more time to practice and jam.
Yeah, that's true. How do you actually do like video jamming, or do you just send each other riffs backwards and forwards?
Kind of, we bounce riffs back and forth. We'll come up with an idea, and then I'll shoot it to Tato. He'll give me suggestions, and then he'll do parts, and then he'll send it back, and then we just kind of go back and forth until we're happy with the song, and then we settle on a final.
Yeah. What about lyrics? Do you take turns with deciding what you're going to sing about, what the lyrics are going to be about, or do you have a concept between you of what do you want to do for it? The most recent one was it. There's a couple of covers on there, isn't there? It's the Cannibal Corpse cover, isn't there? The Rust, something or other, Rust. I can't remember.
The cover in Rust. That we did it was kind of like a tribute to Cannibal Corpse. And a lot of people took it wrong. They thought it was a ripoff of Butcher to Bird. It was like a homage piece, Yeah,
that's obvious, man. Everyone couldn't see that. It's a bit needs their heads examining.
Yeah, I know Jack.
Apparently, Crap Mo Stank says that Mercury and Lead are their favourite heavy metals. Has anyone else got any heavy metal they like? I quite like is it Tungsten? Is that a heavy metal? I'm not too sure. This is my mate Jake, by the way. He comes on every week with us. He does Jake's Metal Chat. He also does his own podcast as well. Have you heard of these guys, Antipathic?
What's up, Jake?
I think we've lost him. There's two Jakes. Oh my God, he's been cloned. Oh my God, what's going on?
I don't know.
This is too much to handle. Well, I'm just checking if I can get rid of the other Jake. There we go, get rid of the other Jake. I don't know if you heard that. I was just saying this is the guys from Antipathic. I'm not sure. Have you heard them before?
Don't think I have, no.
Yeah, you have to check them out. They're cool. They're good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
Good, awesome.
I don't know if you have a... How did you work?
The Development hoodie, so...
Sorry?
I'm seeing a Development hoodie there.
Oh, yeah, Development, yeah.
Good, right? I've had this for quite a while. It's starting to fade.
Have you got other bands as well that you're in, Chris? Are you still in that human?
No, this is pretty much we do like a side project. There's a band Tato and I are a part of with another guy, Ali, and that's kind of more of a traditional death metal, but that's kind of like a side project gig.
Right, cool. Because you got Zora as well, haven't you, Tato?
What?
Saying you have Zora as well.
My band Zora is my band Zora born 18 year ago, and we shoot all our hate repulsion of all the world, bastardize the human race. We scream your hate.
Scream your hate, that's all right.
Scream your hate. And Chris is another producer. Chris have some years ago a lab, Malicious Intent Record. Is a producer of another album, Undisciplined Vio-lence.
So you do production, Chris, as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's how we met years ago. Is I used to have a label and a distro, and back in like early 2000s, and I reached out to Zora because I had heard UVA, and that album was just sick, man. So we put out that album, and I've been talking to Tato ever since.
Cool. I can't remember. I've played him on my show a few times. I've played him a couple of times on my podcast, and he's always been. Like, as soon as I think Antipathic came out, he sent me a CD straight away. Because I've had that CD for a while now. It's decent, really cool. And so you've got a new one coming out. It's my mate Alexandra, everyone in Russia. How you doing, Alexandra?
I'm cool.
Good.
Sorry, I'm late.
No worries. No, everyone's late. I was on my own at 9 o'clock. I'm twiddling my thumbs. This is two guys here, Tato and Chris from Antipathic, a cool death metal band. And Jake. Everyone knows Jake now.
Should do.
Yeah. Did you get the new Patreon show, by the way, Alexandra? I sent it out today.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. This part 3 of the phobias themed shows. I've got to do another one tomorrow. It's like it's non-stop work, man. Non-stop work. That's better. You can see you like full screen now, Tato. What's that on your ceiling? Is that posters on your ceiling? Or is that pictures behind you?
What?
Can't make it out.
Looks like CDs.
The CDs? Oh, CDs on the wall. Ah, I see. I couldn't work out what it was behind you.
Yes.
So, tell us about the new Zora. When is the new? Because you had the new lyric video, didn't you? I played your lyric video on my vidcast on Thursday.
I don't hear. Please.
So Zora got a new album coming out soon?
Zora is coming with a new album now.
Yeah. When is it coming?
We are coming a new album in 50 July and out for Wings of Destruction, Old Metal Records, and Maximum Music Pro. This album is focused by alienation to which and we are brought social network information media is a big fake world and we tell this history in this album.
Right.
10 track recorded by Gianluca, our guitarist at San Far Studio, Italy.
Cool.
And there is also a solo guitar with Chris. Chris is forever present in my project now.
Okay. Well, you did some solos in the new Zora album, did you, Chris?
Yeah, I popped on, and I heard the advanced copy. You guys got to check it out. It's the best Zora to date. I mean, it's good stuff. Cool stuff. Pretty heavy.
The lyrics. I was reading the lyric video to "Don't Breathe" or "I Can't Breathe." That's quite heavy. Quite a heavy song.
From this album, we have shoot 3 songs now on our YouTube channel. Social Fake for Lobotomy and I Can Breathe.
Right.
That's from a year ago.
A year ago.
We wait the date of release.
Right. Well, you've been holding it off, have you? You recorded it
No,
a year ago.
I send you a copy for the zine, naturally.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool. You say you've sent me one, or you're going to send me one? I didn't catch that.
What?
Did you say you're sending me a copy, or you sent me a copy or something? I didn't quite catch you.
A copy of new album, on this album.
Right, cool. Cheers, mate. All right. So who made the lyric video?
Repeat, please.
Who did the lyric video for you? Did you guys do the lyric video yourself, or you have someone who did it for you?
I Can't Breathe video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who did it?
I forget. You telling me about who did the lyric video for I Can't Breathe? You said there was a guy, you had a friend, I think. Did you have a friend who did that video for you?
I'm not sure you can hear us very well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he said he knew somebody who did the lyric video for them.
Right, cool.
I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty heavy, kind of very kind of relevant to the social situation going on, isn't it? Like Black Lives Matter and police brutality and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite heavy. So I didn't realize this like death metal. You normally sort of think death metal is more like, you know, blood, guts, and gore. You don't see so much political sort of stuff, you know, or social commentary being mentioned that often, do you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice change instead of I mean, because how easy is it to just talk about you know the whole blood and guts and gore and stuff? I mean, if you have thought behind lyrics, I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not to say, you know, Cannibal Corpse is wonderful, right?
Yeah, it makes a change. Well, what's the Antipathic vocal stuff about? I mean, you're just more just I don't know, because actually looking at some of the titles, I can't remember the name now. I played it the other day. I have to look them up.
You mean the Re-Autonomous?
Re-Autonomous, that was the one. Yeah. What's that? Because it doesn't sort of sound necessarily like gory. The Inexorable Hierarchy is the other one as well.
Right. Yeah, our theme that we kind of stick with Antipathic is kind of like technology and apocalyptic doomsday, AI, stuff like that. It's kind of like a dark theme, but it's with, you know, technology and how technology can go wrong.
Right. It doesn't the last album was a homage to Butchered at Birth.
Yeah,
so but that kind of gore kind of look doesn't kind of match up with the lyrical content.
Dean from I'm probably going to botch this pronunciation, but Sidjembe Art. I don't know how to pronounce the art name, but yeah, Dean is a artist, and we've used him for all the albums, and like the dude's phenomenal. And you know, we asked him, we said, hey, we want to do a mock-up of Butchered with Birth, but with robots. And he delivered. I mean, so.
I couldn't tell if they were something robots, some kind of demon thing. Actually, I was looking at them. They look kind of like, I see. Okay, I can see a bit more wires now when I look at it a bit closer. Kind of sounds like this. kind of fits the cupboard with Rust bit, maybe like they're Rusty robots.
Right.
Covered with Rust. I've read some song from your podcast by Covered with Rust. Thanks, bro.
No
Do you
worries.
know Covered with Rust? Covered Rust is out 1 year ago, and
Okay.
the cover is a tribute of Butcher Beat of Cannibal Corpse, right?
Yeah.
So some people started saying this is a rip-off, fucking rip-off, Now inside this album, inside this EP, there is also a cover song from Bachelor Beat, and is covered with Rust, with Soros. I think these guys, they did even listen this EP, or if they did, they don't know Cannibal Corpse, but say Cannibal Corpse and Cannibal Corpse. Internet is a wonderful place.
Some people just like to fucking some people like to just find shit to moan about, don't they?
You got it there, man. Some people just like to complain.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry about what the music's like or anything like that, or even try to understand it's a tribute or a homage to like an old cover. Oh no, you've ripped it off.
Right.
It's like, if you know what I mean? If you can, it's just ridiculous. Everyone knows that cover, so you wouldn't rip it off on purpose, would you? You know what I mean? You wouldn't. It wasn't like you were trying to say, oh yeah, this is our idea. We had this idea. No one else has had it before.
Yeah.
Just changed it up and
But we
made it
have
into
too
robots.
much fun. We have too much fun from these people. And also too much we have thanks to these haters. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh well. At least they're paying attention, I suppose.
Attention is good attention, right? Even if it's bad.
Yeah. Hopefully. Actually, I might play that Real Autonomous track again because I don't think Alexandra and Jake have heard it. I did play it the other day, but I'll pop it on again while I run and get myself another beer. So here we go. Antipathic, Real Autonomous.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. The hate I feel for Helen.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
Good artwork. Jake was just saying in private chat you could see the Cannibal Corpse homage about it.
Hey, this is a remake from the first EP, for the first EP, Autonomous Mechanical Extermination. This is Re-Autonomous.
All right.
So we take this song from the first EP and we have made a new song with new riff and new stuff.
I see. Oh, well, so you homage your own track. What was that, Chris? Sorry?
I was going to say kind of like a mashup of old stuff.
Right. So you rehashed your own song kind of thing. You re-chopped it around, made a mix. You made a mega mix.
we love to play with our stuff, to joke. We play for fun, for fun, not for job on the other.
No,
so we play. What do we want?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
We don't give a fuck. And in this EP, there is also a cover from Obituary.
That's right,
I don't care, but our song is IDGAF. I don't give a fuck.
I got it. Because I was looking at that. I never played that one. And I was looking, I don't remember that song from Obituary called I Don't Give a Fuck. Because you just give it down as IDGAF or whatever. So I thought that means I don't give a fuck. But I don't remember there being, maybe it's on one of their later albums I was thinking. So it's I don't care, but you've changed it to I don't give a fuck, have you?
Right.
I'll have to dig that out sometime.
But because Chris is full of ideas, so
yeah. So it's a cover, but not a cover, is it? Is it like a kind of a cover?
Yeah, it's like a spoof, really, like a joke cover.
That's cool. Got any more planned?
Yeah, we probably not at the moment. Right now, we're kind of writing new stuff for the new album.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not to say we won't do it in the future, but there's nothing planned right yet.
Yeah. Well, but have you got? Is it like self-released, or you got any kind of label doing anything with it, or?
At this point, no. We're just kind of putting everything together, and then we'll kind of shop around to see what what kind of interest there is.
Yeah.
There was a project we don't want to mention yet about a release. There was a small label that might do like an offshoot of some of the older releases, but that's not finalized yet. Cool.
Well, you never know. Could see something in the future.
I think this new album is another history of our history by Antipathic. So Antipathic Thames is the dominance of technology over the human race.
Right.
So the first EP, The Robot Awake. On the second work, The Full-Length Humanimals, the robot Subhuman. In this new work, the robot disintegrate the human race.
Okay.
So we are not against technology, but we need don't abuse it. But this is simply the history that we want to tell.
So it's just like a science fiction kind of theme, really, isn't it? I suppose it's like science fiction is all about when science has gone too far, and so you're just kind of exploring that kind of theme, I suppose.
Yep.
Is there not like, I'm sure I remember reading there's like I did a robots themed show on my podcast one month, and I'm sure there was some term to do with like when technology's gone so far that there's no way of coming back, and like like the AI has made the robots, a bit like Terminator movies where in the future Skynet takes over. I'm sure there was some kind of term that had been coined to do with that. I can't remember what it was now. I'm sure someone has come up with it.
There's a lot of death metal bands that do the alien thing, I mean, not many do the technology thing. Most of them, like if you think of Deeds of Flesh, or I don't know, there's so many that do the alien thing, the alien invasions and the aliens coming in. So that's a normal theme, but the technology is something a little bit different.
Yeah. Also, you think about it as well, like with robots and technology taking over and like killing people, it's kind of colder because of the fact that they're so like emotionless. You've like with aliens, at least you think they're like other living things. You've got like you know, their own wants and needs, or whatever. With like robots, it's just cold, you know, passionate, impassionate, whatever. You know, inexorable. They never get tired, do they? Robots and yeah. So you guys fans of the Terminator films? Then is that where you get your inspiration, or science fiction books or something?
Kind of like just new science. Elon Musk is a big sense of inspiration. You know, any, you know, I guess, you know, Terminator is maybe a cool old flick, but honestly, it's more like Neuralink, the new science and technology that's coming out is really, I don't know, I hear something cool and that might spark an idea.
Yeah. Cool. Someone else subscribed to. Hey, Rock Argentino. I played an Argentinian heavy metal band on my vidcast the other day, Legionario or something. Legionario. What have you been up to this week, Alexandra? Any gigs over there in Russia, or you bought any new records lately?
No. Well, just the one I sent you today.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your release.
Yeah, I'll pick that one up.
I actually haven't listened yet, but yesterday there were 2 new albums from cool Russian bands released. One from the band Gosudar, it's a death metal one, and from Varvань. I think they'll be great. I'll have to check them out, and I'll send you a track.
Cool. I'm pissed off with my keyboard at the moment. It won't type any D's. I can't type D's, so I have to find a way. I'm trying to put will. I've just typed it. Will. I put will because I can't put do. I was just talking to the guy in chat. That's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about. Talking of the Russian band. Do you guys know any Russian bands? Tato, Chris, are you familiar with any Russian bands at all?
What is it? There's a deathcore band that I listened to from Russia that I can't think of the name. I can't think.
I can't remember fucking band names. I can't remember anything anymore. I've got so many bloody bands.
Right? This
yeah, doesn't it?
I don't remember the name of the band that I sent you like an hour ago. It was a cool band, but I don't remember the name.
I just downloaded it about 10 minutes ago, and I don't remember what it said now either. So that just goes to show, never mind.
I know a few Russian bands, obviously Arcona being a big one.
Right.
Yeah.
A Bomb Through Trinity as well, brutal slamming death metal band, which has Matty Way on vocals.
Oh, I was going to send a band called R. R from Russia, but I think I missed the first sentence. Arcona. R from Russia.
Anything with Matty Way's gold, man.
Yeah, it was on the first couple of Discord albums.
Parallels, it's just great.
Which I do have. I have both of them.
Cool. You bought anything new this week? Jake, you was telling me you bought the old, was it Carbonized?
Yeah, there's a Swedish band. They're not going anymore, but
no,
the original pressing of their first album, and it was only 500 pressed. And I
think I've got a Carbonized vinyl. I think it's got the corner cut off though. I'm not 100% sure.
Records. Someone sold it to him, and I'm thinking, well, they're bloody lost. So,
did it cost you a lot?
Yeah, 110 quid.
You're joking. Hold on, let me put this on big screen. You paid 110 quid for that?
Yeah, but I bought 2 bags of coffee, so I paid 120 altogether. But this on its own. But as you can see there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I've got that on vinyl, you know.
That was Rosenberg, who's from Entombed, obviously.
Oh, right.
Only 500 press, and if I show the back, Thrash Records, there you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got that on vinyl. It rings a bell. That cover rings a bell. I think it's got like a clipped cover corner or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's the cover.
Cool. You guys know Carbonized?
No, I haven't heard.
No.
Band.
The Swiss
style? Are they just straight death metal, or?
It's on Metallica, for some reason they're called progressive death metal, but if you listen to it, it doesn't sound like that at all. It sounds more grindcore,
So
especially this album sounds more death metal, grindcore.
Do you know a band called Epitaph from Sweden? Epitaph.
Yeah, I got one of the CDs. I got one of the CDs. Yeah.
What was that, Chris? Sorry.
I was gonna say that's old school, right? Epitaph.
Yeah. So they didn't get kind of like as much attention, I don't think, because
they got an album out called
Seeming Salvation. Yeah, Seeming Salvation. That's a wicked album, that one. Yeah, to me, they're kind of one of the underrated bands. One of the ones that didn't get as much attention as they should have done.
Yeah,
I think.
I love that album.
Yeah, it's a great album, actually.
So another album I got is from a band called Excruciate.
Right.
There you go.
Maria.
Swedish band. I like my Swedish death metal, even though I'm from Britain.
Yeah. They do have a few good bands.
I love my American band.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I said Devourment, I was like, oh, yeah, I saw Devourment at Neurotic Death Fest in 2015.
Okay.
And the last song they played was Baby Killer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that thing slams, man.
Where's Neurotic Death Fest? Is that somewhere in Europe?
That was in the Netherlands.
Netherlands, right? Yeah, cool.
Not Neurotic Death Fest, it was Netherlands Death Fest because it's the same people that did Maryland Death Fest.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Scandinavia Death Fest in Sweden that I went to in 2019.
Right.
It's this member reformed and did 2 headline slots.
Cool.
I was happy.
Hey there. Yeah. I'm too bloody old and lazy for festivals now, man. I can't bother with them. They're too much like hard work. I want to see a couple of bands and I want to have to sit down or go to bed with a cup of tea. You know, I'm just like,
right, I'm done. Get me a coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too old now. I get into the stage now. I want to sit down and watch a band.
You'll be like this in the corner with not a pint of coffee like
sad
this.
Old fucker. It's like I remember it used to be like the Hammersmith Odeon used to be seated, like, and you didn't want to sit down, but you had to because it was seated, so you had to sit down, kind of. And then when I went back there a good few years later, everything called the seats out, and I was like, oh man, I wish I could sit down. My feet are killing me. Old age, man. It's not pretty.
I've got some shows like that. It's like you got to sit down for the show.
Yeah.
I had to do that when I first saw Motorhead.
Yeah. And you're like, oh man, I don't want to sit down. I want to stand up and fucking rage. But like, if you give it a few years, and you're like, oh, nice chair.
Like, I don't need to stand up to watch Devon Townsend. I can just sit down.
Exactly. Lie down, preferably. I like this. Gigs with beds or like sofa beds. You can just like easy chairs.
Like whatever comes on.
Yeah.
Like, recliner chair. Right. Awesome.
How's the scene going in your countries, Italy and America now? The gigs started up yet in Italy?
Any gigs?
Have the gigs started yet, Tato, in Italy?
Have any gigs happened?
We'll go to America then. Have any gigs started in America yet, Chris?
Yeah, this festival's starting up this year. I think later this year, everything's kind of starting to reopen.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Everybody, I think people in the music industry, people are flocking. They're dying to go to shows. So
yeah, you just think so.
Yeah, things are starting to open up. I was talking to Tato, and he said that things are starting to open up. Tato, they're starting to play shows over there in Italy. They're playing shows over in Italy.
Chris, about me?
Yeah. Do you guys have shows over there coming soon? Or are they starting up, after the pandemic and stuff?
Any bands playing yet?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
That's okay. Are bands starting to play again? Are shows beginning again?
Some band. Do you mean some band?
Any gigs?
Yeah, any new shows coming up?
New shows coming out, new band, new release.
No, new gigs, live shows, concerts.
Or any bands in Italy playing gigs now? Things are actually calming down.
Guys, I don't understand.
Let me see if I make a banner. Maybe let's see if any gigs. Maybe you can. I know whenever I type to him, he always answers back. No problem. I think it's hearing people speaking is a bit difficult for him. I'm gonna type it out and see if you can.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
I need room.
Any gigs in Italy coming up? No.
Okay. Sorry, bro. Sorry. No, in Italy, in Italy is closed. No gig. All of gig is for next year.
Oh man.
Hopeful that gigs in Italy.
Now we are fine, okay, but no gig, no theater, no cinema, anything. No.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, at the moment in the UK, they're talking about this new variant they reckon has come around in some places.
In your country, the gigs are started.
Next month, supposed to be a gig in London for the first time in ages.
Wow, next month.
Next month, yeah.
Wow.
Next month.
Bristol is.
As long as nothing goes on. You've got a gig in Bristol, Jake?
Well, July's supposed to be the Metal to the Masters one-off, but I'm not sure about the one before that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I should get...
Here all the big summer festival is postponed to next year.
Here in Germany. Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's right. Same here, Chris Maragoth. You've got some gigs coming up. I think they are restricted. I think they're all seated, aren't they? You've got to be seated. You so many per table. And I don't know if you have to wear masks indoors or not. I'm not too sure.
If you go into the toilet or something.
Yeah, that's right. Because I actually went to the pub last night with my dad for the first time in bloody ages, and it was just like table service. You have to sit at the table. They come and take your order.
The Griffin that we got, order it from the Butler app is what the Griffin uses.
Yeah.
Your table number, they'll deliver your beer to your table.
That's not too bad in that respect. He's just a bit weird though. I quite like being lazy and not having to queue up at the bar.
I like it's the bar just sitting there talking bollocks.
Yeah, fair enough. you had a gig recently, didn't you, Alexandra? Any more gigs coming up? Has there been any more trouble there with COVID, or is it low numbers there now?
I don't know the numbers, but everything's open, so.
Yeah.
I don't know about any new gigs because I live in a pretty small town, so there are not a lot of gigs going on.
Right.
There will be a big festival in Russia in July.
Okay.
And I don't know if I will be able to go, but it's for 3 days, and there are like 50 bands or something. So sounds cool, but the lineup is a bit weird. Like there is a lot of bands that I just don't listen to, and they're very old. Like they're 40 years old, and I don't even know who will listen to them anyway.
Wow.
But
and
there are some new.
Are they heavy metal bands or old like classic rock bands or?
Well, they're like heavy metal, but the old heavy metal bands in Russia don't actually sound a lot like heavy metal. They're much more like rock sounding, so I don't really like them.
Right, fair enough. So it's a bit like 3 days away. If half the bands aren't going to be any good, it's like, do you really want to be bothered with it, I suppose? Is it close to you or is it a big long trip?
No, it's a day away from me by train.
Right. It's quite a long journey. Well, literally a whole day on the train. Or?
Yeah. It's like 20 hours.
20 hours on a train to go to a gig. You'll be worn out before you got there.
Yeah.
What is it like? Yeah, bloody hell! Is it like a camping thing? When you get there, you have to camp, or is it a hotel?
They say they provide a camping ground and a hotel, so you can choose.
Okay, so it's a matter of if you want to travel for 20 hours. I couldn't travel 20 hours to go to a gig. Bloody hell!
I did one time, but not this time.
It's a bit much.
I mean, I went to Obscene Extreme in 2017. We went from Dover, obviously.
Yeah,
and
so.
All the way in France, all the way up to the Czech Republic, but stopped off a little bit.
That's quite a long trip, I suppose.
It was a great road trip.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And then the same damn trip back.
Yeah.
I got a ferry. We were supposed to get at 4 o'clock in the morning. Ended up getting at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, all that travelling. Someone needs to invent teleportation. That's what I say. It's a lot easier.
Just like got on the ferry, just like.
What, you wankered, was it? Because you knackered.
Just zonked out. I was knackered.
I bet.
People today at Stockhill Woods here and just out on the outskirts of Bristol. So I'm a bit knackered and a bit sunburnt.
Yeah. What about in America? Do you travel far for your gigs over there? Have you ever travelled like loads of states across to get to a gig?
Yeah, most would be, I guess, probably 6 hours up to New York. Not too far. So, but we were trying to hit a couple on the way up. You know, like do like a state and then do another state. So this way, it's not like a straight 5-hour drive. You have maybe like an hour, another hour, and you know, like the drive home sucks. It's definitely not 20 hours. I mean, I don't know if I can do that, man.
Yeah, 20 hours.
I could do 6 hours to get to the gig, but I couldn't do 20 hours.
Yeah,
I did 5 hours once. I went up to up north, sort of Newcastle kind of way, to see a band play that I missed back in the day. I liked their album back in 1988 or something, and I missed them when they played in London. That was before I sort of was going to gigs on my own, and I was like, oh, do I want to go to? I don't really know. I was a bit nervous about going to gigs. Like and I missed them, and then they reformed like I don't know 25 years later or something. And I fuck that. I'm going up to wherever it was to bloody see them. There's like 5-hour coach trip each way.
Were they as good as the original lineup when they came back, or because a lot of bands sometimes they reform 20 years later, and it's like it's not.
I think it was mainly the original band actually that reformed.
Really?
Yeah, mainly the original band. They've had a few they've actually got a new album coming out now. Actually, just literally come out this week.
Cool.
But I've not heard it yet. But they're kind of like they were sort of like power metal band, but then people said they're thrash, but they're kind of power metal thrash. But they're called Holossard. I've played them loads of times. I've got the patch on the back of my jacket and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, kind of like, not very well known band, but yeah, I liked them. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I've covered up my camera. That wasn't
Epitaph. Here's the album we were talking about.
Yeah, cool. Steam Salvation. Yeah, it's a classic.
And the other band I was on about, Excruciate.
That cover looks familiar. I've seen that cover, but I don't think I own it.
It's both bands.
Yeah, I've definitely got the Steam Salvation one. That Steam Salvation is like Swedish style, but it's got more of a bit more melodic, doesn't it? There's some of the not quite as crunchy as some of the
not as buzz.
Yeah, but really catchy though, isn't it? It's got really catchy tracks. From what I recall. Yeah.
Brilliant album.
Yeah, it's a great album. What bands are good in Italy right now, Tato? What bands you recommend in Italy?
What?
What's the good bands in Italy right now?
What is this battle, Chris?
Sorry?
Any band in Italy? Some band in Italy band. Some Italy band. In Italy, the first is my Death Crash from Sardinia, Dr. Gore from Rome, Stige from Taranto. We are some good band, death metal band. Do you know Court Fucking Art?
Goat Fucking Art?
Yes, good. Evangelic.
I like the name though. I like the name.
Vomit the Soul, Chris Love, Vomit the Soul. The guys are returning with.
I'm excited for the new one, man.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think I've heard that name. I don't think I have. But there's so many bloody band names that's like sort of slightly similar. Yeah. It's like you lose track of who you bloody know and who you don't.
If you like brutal kind of groove death, check out Vomit the Soul. I don't know. I played that thing. I think it came out like 2010, something like that. But yeah, that thing's brutal, man. It's great.
Cool.
Great going through. But I like some band from the world also. Analepsy, Cultura Slug, Skeletal Remains. I like old school, old death metal school, but also slam, new death metal slam, like Analepsy, Death Meat.
Yeah.
I've seen Analepsy, they're a great band.
I've heard the name Analepsy, but I don't remember. I'm just so fucking rubbish at remembering stuff, man. When I was, when you're first into metal, you remember every album, every band member, the fucking full catalogue of the band. And now it's like you ask me, I can't remember fucking if I've even heard the band, let alone like any of their albums or band members. It's like, it may have been there once. Someone says, just checked out Dr. Gore. Sounds like they are using triggers on the drums. But it's nice and brutal, though. Cool.
I have read a message from the chat. Oh, he's closed. About Dr. Gore. Brett, right about Dr. Gore. Dr. Gore sound like they are using trigger on the drum. Nice and brutal, too. Nice. Yes, Dr. Gore. Do you, Brett? Dr. Gore from Rome. A very odd death.
No more bands like that use triggers in their drumming.
Most use triggers nowadays, and it's just like
most of my favourite bands do, but I listen to a lot more of the old school ones, which obviously don't do that, and it was more natural.
Right. Yeah, there's some people who like a knee jerk, don't use that, or it's not right or whatever. But people are going to use what tools are available, aren't they?
Yeah, each their own. But me personally, it'll be the more natural.
Yeah, but it's like asking a guitarist not to use an effects pedal. If the technology is there to use it,
use it.
Yeah, then people are going to use it now, I suppose.
Using for one of my bands is the HM2 Boss distortion pedal that I got.
Yeah,
we just sound out. That's the
one. You guys know that the DoD, that FX86, I think, the old death metal DoD pedal.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not a guitarist.
That was like, back in the late 90s, I think that thing came out. I mean, it was kind of like the HM2, but on crack. It was just
HM2 on crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I listen too much great extreme metal band in Russia. We played in Russia some years ago at St. Petersburg. A lot of band, extreme metal band, very, very great. I don't remember the name because my mind is out.
Yeah, too many bands, man. There's so many bands in Russia, man. There's fucking loads of bands. It's like an untapped kind of territory for a lot of people, I think.
Russia have a great scene, I think. Yeah, great person, great people.
Great scene, yeah.
In the extreme metal.
I suppose it's such a big country as well. They don't really need to sort of come out of Russia. They can just do a tour for ages and stay within Russia, couldn't they? I suppose you could do like a 30-day tour and never have to leave the country, couldn't they?
Yes, but sometimes it's easier to tour Europe because there are a lot of the places are more concentrated. So like you don't have to travel 20 hours to get to a gig, right, in Europe.
That's true, yeah.
So Russia's big, but there are a lot of small towns or villages even, and to find a good place to play a gig, you have to really travel far. So sometimes it's just easier to go to Europe, like travel 2 days one time, than tour a lot of towns in a week and go back.
Right, yeah, it makes sense. The gap, because it's such a big country, that the gaps in between the places to play is too big.
I've been to Russia. It's a big country.
Yeah.
That was
a big country. So,
is there like the center of metal in Russia, the metal town where more like like they always say, like some certain countries in Finland and the cities in Finland. But is it like one town in Russia which is known as the metal mecca for the whole of the country?
Well, it's just Moscow and St. Petersburg for the most part, because there are a lot of people there and a lot of people play in bands, and most bands even if they're not from St. Petersburg or from Moscow, they eventually just move here because it's easier to live in a big city like that. But in Samara, where I live, there is a great scene of hardcore bands,
right,
and metallic hardcore. And in Sibir, there is a lot of extreme metal bands like black metal and grindcore.
Mm-hmm.
So like different kind of like concentration areas for different styles.
Sorry, black metal band in Russia.
Yeah.
Black metal band. Wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
There's like a lot of folk kind of inspired sort of bands in Russia as well, isn't there?
That's what I like about those bands as well, because they mix obviously metal and folk together. That's why much, because they mix those two really well.
Yeah, I remember there was a band called Shawarma Mark or something like that. It was like a Russian band, but they were singing songs as if they were Muslim German World War II. Like it was like the World War II German army had been Muslims and they'd taken over the world. And they did songs like based on that concept. It was just like a mad kind of concept. It was called something like Shawarma Marked or something like that. And it was bonkers. But yeah, there's lots of bonkers bands in this world. You don't know that band, though, do you?
No, I haven't heard that.
I sound like I can't believe I have played them before on my show. It was like really strange. It's like I'll have to look it up again and play it on my show again at some point. I was at a point I was going to talk about a weird band or bands that are a bit different, and going on to you talking about all this robot taking over the world stuff. There's a band called Captured by Robots. Have you seen those, Chris?
No, sounds like my cup of tea, man.
It's a one guy. It's a guy, and he's actually trained. He's actually like programmed two actual like robots, like to play guitar and drums. Yeah. So they're like animatrons or whatever you want to call them, automatons. I don't know. And they're programmed to play the instruments, and he's the singer. And the idea is that he is their slave. He is the human slave to these two robots, and they're called something like Basstron or something. Or I guess I'll look them up now because. At least I can remember their name. But that just... no, it's unbelievable concept. I was like, that is just crazy. Yeah. Let me just see like
Also, when I think sci-fi robots and all that in death metal, I think Nocturnus straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Key.
So, yeah, it's a grindcore band from San Francisco. The band's founder, Jason J-Bot Vance, ostensibly composes the music himself, but programs two animatronic robots named Guitarbot 666 and Drumbot 0110 to perform guitar and drums, both on record and in a live context. Vance maintains a fictional story behind the band that he's been enslaved by these two robots and is forced to perform in the band against his will. That's just fucking bonkers, man. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, another bonkers band that I like, and I think a lot of us would like, and hopefully I've heard of, Gwar.
Yeah. I've seen Gwar loads of times. Yeah, Gwar.
Bloodstock 2010. That was the only one.
Back in the day, they used to. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the music when they first started. Like the costumes were great, but eventually they actually started to sound good. Like I think their theatrics, kind of moved into actual musicianship. You know what I mean? Like the first couple albums, I was like, I don't know.
I quite like the early stuff of theirs, but later on they were a bit too punk for me. And I like the first album's all right. Then the second one I had quite a lot of theirs though. Quite a few of their albums.
The second album's like Scum Dogs of the Universe.
That's it. Yeah, Scum Dogs of the Universe. That's got some great tracks on that one. I think so. Anyway,
I found them on the Spotify.
You're breaking up there, mate. You're breaking up a bit there. I didn't quite.
I'm going to listen to nothing but Gwar.
Yeah, Gwar, cool. This is that guy from Captured by Robots. This is his picture. So the robots are behind him. I think he's dragging them along on a cart or something like that, and he's got a freaking shackle around his neck and everything. That's just like that is. That is a unique concept. That's all I can say.
You know, you mentioned Spotify. I'll tell you what, I won't. I got Spotify, and I'll never stop the service, man. I found so many cool bands and bands that I totally forgot about because of the recommended on Spotify.
Right.
You know, it'll just do that recommended playlist, and that's the best, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy how they know what you want. You know what I mean? You give them a couple songs, and they'll just feed you what you want.
That's the robots taking over, mate. That's the technology.
Just go down similar bands, like, oh, I know all these bands anyway. And I might go, I didn't know. And I just check out those ones, like, yeah, this is very similar to what I just heard 10 seconds ago.
Spotify knows what you like, and it's probably like subtly influencing you. Before you know it, you'll be subjugated to Spotify's will.
Probably. Subjugated by Spotify.
Yeah, there's something going on there. It's like you sometimes think like your devices are listening to you. Like you'll be having a conversation with your girlfriend or something, or your mate, and the next thing you know, you get suggested something by like an advert that you've just been talking about. And you say, "This is a bit fucking of a coincidence, isn't it?" It's like I was just talking about this, and suddenly I'm getting adverts for it. It's like, huh?
I've done that where I just spoke about something, and all of a sudden I saw it on YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it just appears. I'm like,
kind of creepy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do I have a chip in my brain that's telling someone something?
Yeah. Oh well, it's weird how coincidence happens sometimes. It's like silly things like that. Like coincidence is just crazy, like serendipity and all that. Like you discover, like you hear a word for the first time. I find it happens quite a lot. Hear a word for the first time, and I think I've never heard that word before. I look it out. Oh, okay, that's what it means. And then I'll hear the same word like used by other people or in an article like 2 or 3 more times in that same week. And it's just like I never knew that word existed, and now it keeps cropping up. That's happened a few times.
Well, there is a name for that effect. I don't remember the name, but the explanation is that you just start to pick up on it. So when you didn't know the word, you ignored it, and the people still used it, but you didn't notice. And now that you know, you start to notice. So it seems weird, but it just that's what happens.
Man, it could be that, yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
It's just weird.
You get all them. What's that, buddy? What that effect they talk about when people are sure that something was different. And
Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect. That's it. There's that all that as well, where people swear that I can't even think of any of the bloody examples. But isn't it named because they thought Mandela had died or something, and he hadn't died, but loads of people thought he had?
Yes, or something because he died in prison.
Someone thought he died in prison, and then but we know he didn't die in prison. He was released from prison in 1990.
Yeah, and he became like the president of South Africa for a long while.
He died.
Yeah, it's strange.
Which was weird. It's like, no, he lived a long, good life, and then he passed away.
There's always people who think that we're like alternate universes and stuff like that. Or there's like hiccups in the reality matrix or something like that. We're all living in the matrix after all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we've got the lines on the wall behind me like the Matrix. If these are moving up and down with numbers in them, I'd be in the Matrix.
0011010.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, fuck, Ender's here.
Yeah, there's some crazy notions.
I've had people say, "Oh, do you have a brother named like Steve or something?" I'm like, no, my brother's name's Scott.
Right.
You think I got a different brother or something? It's like, no.
Maybe just getting it mixed up. Right? Yeah. There's like always people who say, "Oh, do you get confused? People confuse you with other people who look like you, that kind of thing." They're all saying to you, "Oh, you've got a double. You used to live in so and so."
Oh yeah, someone found a doppelganger of mine at Bloodstock in 2019. Thought it was me until he turned around.
Yeah, that's true.
And I actually managed to catch him in a video when 2 people were dancing the Tesseract.
Yeah, okay.
Wearing a Kraken t-shirt. I was like, oh, if that's that must be my doppelganger then.
What part of America you live in, Chris?
I'm sorry?
What part of the states you live in?
Pennsylvania. It's the Mid-East.
Okay. Is that a sexy state? Is it got lots of interesting stuff going on there? Is it
Philly has a lot. Philly has a good scene. Philly and Jersey and New York have a really good scene. I'm in Harrisburg. It's the capital, but it's kind of like smaller compared to some of the bigger cities.
Right. Isn't that Rocky Town?
Rocky Town is.
Philly is. Yeah.
Philly is Rocky Town. Yeah.
I got a mate from Philly who lives up in Aberdeen, Scotland now.
Okay.
That's a whole.
Yeah,
when I go down to like you were talking about the meccas, of death metal. What countries have what? We have Tampa, which
Right. Yeah.
When I go down to Florida, I hit all the record shops because they got all the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
By every Tampa band that is in there done.
Right. Well, you know what? That's the guy you want to go. I walk up to the dude and I say, hey, I forget the name of the shop, but I walk in and I say, hey, man, just give me some good stuff. I want something that sounds like Immolation, sounds like this, and just something underground. And he'll come out and give me 4 or 5 records. I go on my way. Everyone's awesome.
I'll probably just say whatever this shop is. Like, say, how can I help you? Get me the first 2 albums by Brutality now.
There's probably so many bands like in that scene back in the day that loads of good ones never got discovered. I'm sure there must have been like tons of them.
Oh yeah.
I remember there's a documentary, wasn't there, on the Tampa death scene. There was like a load of garages, and practically every garage had a band practicing in it or something.
Yeah, we have that out here. It's a storage facility, and there's a lot of bands that actually rent out. They're for people's junk, but bands don't have a place to play, so they'll rent these storage places, and then they'll play in them.
Cool. All right, Headtrip. This is my mate Headtrip. Jake and Alexandra. This is Tato and Chris from Antipathic.
Yeah, I'm going to give Antipathic more over. Listen.
Hello.
Headtrip does the Black Thames podcast. If you're looking to get anything played, check out Headtrip. Check out his podcast as well. The link should be down in the description for this anyway. If anyone's checking this out or wants to check out his podcast,
one should be as well.
Yeah, yours is down there as well. Your link.
And also Jake's Metal Chat.
Yeah. I'll put your link down below. It leads to the blog. It's got all your links in there as well. Have you heard Antipathic yet, Trip?
No, I haven't.
Well, you missed. I don't want to play the same track. I'm going to get another track actually to play. What track of yours can I get a video for and play, Tato? What's your best track?
The best track.
What do you think, Chris?
Maybe Hierarchy might be a good one. That's recent.
Right. I'll look it up. Inexorable Hierarchy. I'll download it and we'll play that in a second for Headtrip.
Cool, man.
How's life treating you, Trippers? You all right?
Up and down, Not on taglines anymore, though.
You know what? Oh no, no, yeah, you don't want to be up and down on one of them again. No, no. That was.
When you told us that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't know. I just mentioned the other guys.
Just ups and downs, man.
Yeah. Headship works in like construction, and he got caught up on a bloody crane, and he got dangled upside down, like 50 feet in the air or something on it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something about 45, 50 feet.
Yeah, so no ups and downs like that, fortunately.
No, they've all been family well-rounded.
feet on the ground, mate. Keep your feet on the ground.
Not up in the air.
Yeah. When's the next Black Thames podcast coming out?
I'm going to be working on it this weekend. So that's the plan anyway.
Cool.
But it might not be until next week that I release it. So I want to gather, a good amount of tracks. So I'm going to go for an hour and a half episode just to make up for the absence and stuff. So.
Yeah, because you don't do any talking in yours, do you? It's just nothing but music.
None at all. No. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, because you've got a big ego like me. That's why. You watch my podcast, you listen to my podcast, because I want to do completely opposite to what he does to make it good.
Yeah.
I talk about the band, then I play the music.
Yeah.
Mention the song, the band one more time, and then talk about the other band.
Yeah. Have you been holding up? Because fucking no gigs. You was always like big gig goer, like in London. I mean, how have you been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
gigs to go
like,
to
be honest, I'm suffering socially about that because like I'm not really like a go out and hang out with people kind of guy. I'm more of a like I like to see the band. I like to have something to focus on. I don't like, because if I'm going to mix with people, I want to have something in common with them or something to talk about. You know, I don't just want to talk about the same old shit I talk about with everybody else. But
yeah.
You know?
So you want to check out a band? Are you going to go to that? There's a Retribution Live starting again next month, but I think there's only about 40 tickets available. So I think it's like a bunch of like new wave of British heavy metal bands, Demon, I think it is, or something like that. Some old school metal bands. Yeah, but I think like I don't know if it's all sold out already. I don't know, but I mean, it could be a while before we get a proper gig with. Yeah, you know, how long was this? Reduced gigs going to go on for as well. And when it's kind of hard enough watching gigs like online. I've not bothered watching the online gigs really. It's kind of like you might have just watched a YouTube video. It's just the same as watching a YouTube video, isn't it? It's not really a gig experience, is it? But I'm just wondering what it's good like going to these reduced gigs where you've got to sit down and just watch the band. And you can't even mingle with around. You've got to sort of stay in your space. Because when I would go to gigs, I would not ever been that social. But I like to walk around and I see a few people I know. Oh, how's it going? Small talk for about 2 minutes, then move on. But just to have to just sit there on the chair.
Just know I like
it. Yeah. It's just
like that. Sit down and watch one of my favourite death metal.
Yeah.
You can do that.
If you can just sit there, I don't mind sitting there while the band are playing. That's fine. That's fine. In between bands.
Down for a doom band, whether it's a death metal band, that's just going to be like no.
Yeah, you want to be standing up. No dancing on the table allowed. I'm sure you'll get kicked out.
Sit down, fuck.
Yeah. Right, so we have listen to another Antipathic track then. Should we listen to this? What was it? Inexorable Hierarchy? Is it?
Cool.
Is that about the hierarchy of the robots?
That's it, man.
Right. I need to go and get another beer, so I'll play this track and I'll get back and listen to half it anyway. All right, good stuff. That was
just one thing.
Inexorable hierarchy.
Just one thing. In this track, there's the participation of Bob, singer of Human Repugnance, the first band. This is important for me to mention the big Bob.
So it wasn't all your vocals then?
Yeah, we had a guest vocal towards the end with Bob from an old band came in. He did guest vocals.
Right, cool. But most of it was Tato, though, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. So Jake was just saying, yeah, good vocals. You were saying. What did you think of that, Trip?
Well, I had a really poor connection during the song. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look it up after the show.
Oh yeah, I put the link in the comments. I put the link in the comments. Yeah, it's in the comments anyway. I'll put it back in the back private chat as well if you want to check them out. Play it. Is it a free download on your Bandcamp or is you got to pay for that one?
Maybe. I forget, man. We set it up last year sometime.
Let me go and check it out now. Check it out. How much it is? If it is, let's have a look. Let's have a look on there so people can check it out. It's not $3.99 to get the EP. So look, if any of the older stuff is free download. Free downloads is always best.
I think the first album we had, the first EP, I think was free.
Yeah, the first EP is free. You've got 3 tracks on there. Go and Autonomous Mechanical Extermination, 3 minutes. That's a good length for any show. You can play that on your show. Cheers to Bandcamp link. Yeah, sick tune. Yeah, go and check them out, mate. Go and check them out. And Liam, this is my stepson. This is my stepson, Liam. They say his birthday today. Happy birthday, Liam. Everyone say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Liam, mate.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he'd probably come on, but he's probably too drunk to come on. He'd probably make a mess of it if he came.
If he was on here now, he'd be like this. Just pass out.
Probably something like that. Yeah.
I think I one or two catchphrases that might come up.
Yeah.
Just be like this.
Where did you get most of your tunes from, Trip? Do you listen on Spotify? Because Chris was saying Spotify is really cool. And Jake, you like Bandcamp, don't you, Alexandra? I'm sure you told me before Bandcamp was where you get most of your tunes from. Or was I mistaken?
That's where I buy them, but I mostly get them from recommendations from my boyfriend because he listens a lot of new music, and I don't. So he just sends me what he likes, and then I check it out. My personal Spotify.
Right. Do you give him a hard time if he tells you something you don't like? Do you say that's rubbish? What do you like that for? Or do you say? Do you have arguments about bands or anything like that?
No, he knows that I don't like some stuff that he likes, but he sent me it anyway, and I said, "Why do you do that? No, I don't like that."
Yeah, give him bad points for that. You lose points for that one.
Look at this band. Listen to the band. Don't fucking like it.
Yeah. Dear. What have you learned? Any cool bands lately, Headtrip? Any good ones recently? Anything you recommend us to check out?
It depends what you like. What do you like?
I like all sorts, mate. I like most metal. To be honest, I can get that by as long as it ain't like new metal or grunge or glam, hair metal. You know, anything from power metal all the way up to porno grind. I can add little
death metal, thrash metal, doom metal.
Yeah, basically all your metals.
Yeah, I mean. A lot of the cool bands that I get, I find I actually play them on the show. I'm much like you in that. There's not really like if it doesn't fit the show, it doesn't fit the show, and I try and recommend them to other shows. And,
that's why I always get bands that I know.
I kind of like if it's underground, I'll give it. I've played some new metal bands, a couple of new metal bands on my. I don't like new metal really, but it's like they're an underground band still. They're struggling. It's like we're all in it together. They're trying to push their music. And a couple of times it hasn't been that bad. I've been like, this is like new metal. This sounds too good to be new metal. But I don't tend to pay it much at all.
I won't put new metal on my podcast. No.
There's this one band. They're called like Identity Unknown, and if they didn't say new metal in their description, I wouldn't know it was new metal. You know what I mean? I was looking at this just sounds like it's a bit like modern-y kind of stuff, but it doesn't sound like as annoying as like I always think new metal is going to be like rapping and shit.
In fairness, new metal as a genre, it didn't all sound like the same stuff. It was quite vast.
No.
So you'd have some stuff that was more like rap and some stuff that was more like I don't know, One Dice or something like that. You know what I mean? So it'd be like, it depends. It's quite a range, but that's just like a name that was given to a bunch of shit that didn't fit with all our other shit. So like,
yeah, you're probably right, mate. Probably right.
You know, even in that, there's spectrum. You know, there's stuff that some people will like from that genre, and there's a lot of shit that, you know, those people might not like from the same genre. But it's how it is, and it's like that with a lot of other genres as well. So I guess it's just not to tie everything with the same brush.
I think we all come in with our own kind of preconceptions and like notions of what we're going to like and what we're not going to like, you know? I know that I'm exceptionally...
Go on. You go on. I'm interested now. Go on.
I'm exceptionally guilty of that. I literally, like, if I make a decision like within seconds if I'm going to like a band or not, and I stick to it. Like, I just get like, I don't know, if I think it's too commercial or something like that, or it's like by Kerrang or something, I say, no, I'm not going to bother giving that time of day. So there's a lot of stuff like that that just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that as well.
Never bother listening to.
But,
yeah.
But at the same time, I try not to do that because it's kind of it's kind of a shit mentality as well. So it's like I try to resist the urges to do that and actually check it out and then decide for myself whether I like it or not, rather than let somebody else decide for me.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a band that you heard and you wanted to not like it, but you ended up liking it? Like there's this band, Shadow of Intent, that I just came across, and I'm not a big core, like I love hardcore, but deathcore is really not my thing. But the Shadow of Intent.
What happened?
Shadow of Intent.
I heard the Shadow of Intent album, and dude, I played it like 4 or 5 times, and it just kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
I think it was. It's the middle one, not the recent one, not the first one. Reclaimer, I think maybe.
I don't know that band. I've never heard them.
Yeah, man, it's got synths. It's got like I don't know, cool song structures. It's just pretty cool. But I didn't want to like it, at first.
Well, it happened to me with deathcore as a genre in a whole. So my boyfriend likes it. I thought it was too modern for me. Like I like old school death metal and all that stuff. But the more he sent me, the more I listened to it, the more I liked it, and I didn't want to get into it because I was
man, you should have dumped it straight away. As soon as he said deathcore or whatever, you should have just said no. It's over. It's over. We can't be friends anymore. You should have stayed strong. You should have.
No,
it's all good. No, it's true though. You do get like I wasn't particularly like into power metal, but one of my ex-girlfriend, she liked it because she could understand what they were singing, and I was like, oh, it's too soft, it's like pop metal. I always think it's like pop metal, but I kind of like it grew on me, so because it's so bloody catchy, so you can't help it grow on you, There's some stuff
I kind of like that with most black metal. So I'm not a black metal fan. Well, I am kind of now, but it's like because some bands I've heard have kind of changed my mind on it a little bit. But but I always kind of like didn't want to like it, and so it was like hardcore, thrash, and death metal was pretty much it for me. And then but it's way broader now. It's way broader now because certain people have gone, oh, you don't like it? Well, why don't you give this a try and then tell me what you think after? And then some people have been like, I've listened to that, and then I've listened to the ones that I actually absolutely don't like. And then I've gone, that's not quite there, is it? It's somewhere else. Like, so, things like there's been other things like more sort of progressive things that have got like it'd be like black metal, but then it's got like these weird kind of jazzy bits in it and shit like that and stuff like that. And I just kind of like it. You never think you would hear it in there, and then it's in there, and then it works, and then you're just like, what the fuck? So yeah, I don't know. I kind of try to broaden my horizons a little bit now.
Well, that's a trifecta right there. Death metal, thrash, and hardcore. I mean, that's like a perfect combination.
Yeah, so that was my limit. That was it. That was all. I was willing to entertain before. So and now I'm kind of like pushing the boundaries of that and looking at other stuff or just giving it a chance and then making my mind up rather than letting the genres make my mind up, sort of thing.
Yeah, sort of. I've been getting to like dungeon synth and that kind of stuff. It's like stuff. It's not really metal, but somehow it's sort of tied in the metal vein somehow through black metal. But I keep getting sort of sent it from like promos and that, and it's like, well, it's not really metal, but it's kind of like somehow it's lumped in with it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
I think it's an aesthetic choice, like
Yeah.
they're close to black metal, and
Yeah.
the idea is the same, but the sound is not. So.
You guys know, I was gonna say, do you guys know Ulcerate?
I've heard the name.
Ulcerate. It's that's a band. Like I don't know. I have ADD, man. I'm short attention span, and I like them, but they have these like 6-7 minute tracks. Like it's a lot to listen to them, but they're so complex. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like atmospheric, I guess, in a way.
Right. Yeah. There's some.
Yeah. When you said Lon's songs, like, well, I don't think you're like Skepticism from Finland because they got one fucking songs.
Yeah. Some people. I think some. I
3
swear,
minutes, 3 minutes. That's a long song. 3 minutes for me, man.
I swear there's some bands, like some drone bands, and it's almost like they make a challenge to each other to make the longest song. I swear. Well, I went into like a bit of a rabbit hole, and I think I can't remember if it's on YouTube or Bandcamp or something like that. And there was some band like 40-minute song or something like that, or like 1 hour. Oh, that's nothing. This is a 2-hour song, and it's like, oh fuck, I'll be taking the piss now. Well, I can't remember what it was called, but I remember seeing it.
I remember Jake. Remember Jake from Dead Existence?
Yeah, Dead Existence. Yeah. Yeah.
I never listened to Doom before I got talking to that guy.
Right.
Yeah, and he got me. He gave me like I was like, this is kind of weird because I went to a gig because some of the guys in his band, Dead Existence, were also in Nebuchadnezzar, and it was a whole.
Yeah.
You remember how it was anyway? It used to be a whole bunch of them,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different style bands and stuff. And I went to that gig, and I saw Dead Existence, and they were fucking phenomenal. And it's the first time I'd ever really listened to anything that slow. And he was like, "Oh, we're not really that slow compared to a bunch of the other guys in the genre." It was like, go and check out. Like, he gave me a list of bands to check out when I got home. And when I hadn't smoked, I hadn't drank, but after listening to them, I felt fucking weird, man. I felt I was like, fuck, it like altered my state of mind, man. It was that slow.
Right. Yeah.
A buddy of mine keeps trying to get me into Portal. I can't, I can't get into it. Like, he's pushing, talking about pushing out of the state of mind and stuff. Like, they got some weird.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, I felt like I'd taken something.
Right.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. There's like funeral.
Yeah, well. that's what it felt like. Like I felt like I was under the influence or something.
Your mind was altered by the what do you call it? By the music, I suppose. Oh, he's got Gravelines. Have you seen his new band Gravelines? I've played them before on my show. Jake
Power
from
of the Rift
Existence. Sorry, mate. What was that, Trevor?
I said the power of the rift compels you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like the song title. They had a song called Swarm of Bastards, which I always thought was a good name for a song.
That is a killer name.
Yeah, Swarm of Bastards.
Right to the point.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
I was going to say my connection is really, really bad here.
All right. Is he breaking up for you?
It's a bit choppy when you're talking, so I may miss quite a lot of what you're saying.
All right, no worries, man. Where are you in London now?
Feltham.
Right. Okay. Maybe the internet's not good there.
Like, never heard of it.
you say Feltham?
Never fucking heard of that place. Where the fuck's that?
Did you say it was Feltham? Was it Feltham, you said?
Yeah, I lost you again,
here.
man. I can't hear anything.
Yeah. You say you live in Feltham? Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
All right, that's quite far out, isn't it, Feltham?
Feltham's in Middlesex.
Middlesex?
Yeah,
he's
he's pretty far out, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I went to a gig there once years ago. There was a gig there long time ago.
Yeah, bordering.
Yeah,
just catch a little bit of what you're saying. I'm trying to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, no worries, man. It was years ago, like decades, like 90 or something like that. It was like the band, they were called Eternity or something like that. Before, and they ended up becoming, I can't remember the name of the band it became now. Oh, a really well-known slow doom band that everyone seems to love. I can't remember the fucking name of them now. That's good. That was a good story, wasn't it? It's always a good story when you can't remember the bloody name of what you're trying to talk about. Bollocks. Never mind.
What was the venue?
Anyone else? I can't remember. It was like Feltham Young. I'm sure it was because they've got a young offenders institute there now, isn't they, in Feltham? And it was some kind of like, it wasn't a proper venue. It was like a community centre or something like that. It's literally the only time I ever saw a band there. And I think the guy from Brawl who was in Blood Island Raiders. I can't remember his name. Alexandra, is it? No, Alistair. You know Alistair from Brawl and Blood Island Raiders? But one of his old bands, I'm sure one of his old bands played there. It might be Morn or something like that. I can't remember now. Do you remember them? He's not hearing me. He's not hearing me. I've got a bottle fell over, I'm saying. I'm just going to the other room, guys. You carry on talking amongst yourselves. Yeah. I'm just transferring rooms because Mum and Dad want to watch telly.
Do a house tour.
Yeah, it's not my house. It's my dad's place. Right, so I play. I'll play something. I'll play another video. Unless you guys got anything you want to talk about. This guy was supposed to. Let's play this Zora track. If you play the Zora track, I Can't Breathe, that I played this the other day.
I'm going to try and leave and come back on my laptop and see if that works. Yeah.
All right, mate. Yeah. I'll play Zora, I Can't Breathe.
Good talking to you if I don't get back on.
All right, mate. This is Tato's other band. They've got an album coming out soon. All right.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Nice one, Tato.
Thanks. This is I Can Breathe, the third shot from new coming album Soul Raptor. This is our scream against, in memory of George Floyd, and all victim of police abuse. It's not political. It's repulsion, hate for this shit.
Yeah. You missed another song there, Headtrip. You missed another song, mate. You keep missing the tunes.
He's in now, at least.
Yeah.
You can hear me all right, yeah?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, can you hear us? Is the main thing.
Yeah, I can hear everything now.
Right, cool.
Damn phone.
Yeah, phones ain't that great for internet sometimes. So when's the album coming, Tato? When's it actually going to be out?
Sorry?
When is the album released?
I don't know. Sorry, what?
The new Zora album, Soul Raptor. when is it going to?
Yeah.
Is it out now?
Is out in July, and we have shot another 2 songs from this album, Social Factor and Lobotomy.
Okay, cool. You've had quite a few albums so far, yeah, quite a lot of stuff. Since 2003, Zora's been going, isn't it?
I don't understand, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. So Zora started 2003? No, never mind.
Yeah, 2003.
2003.
Yeah, just looked them up. Yeah, 2003.
I know. Yeah. Apparently, there's a glam band. There's a glam band in Italy called Zora as well. Is that right?
It says not to be confused with the Italian glam rock band. Also,
not to be confused, Graham. Not to be confused.
I know. Do you know the other? Do you know the other Zora in Italy? The glam band Zora.
The glam band Zora.
Do you know them?
No.
Apparently, there is a glam band called Zora. That's all right. Never mind. Oh man. I don't know what to talk about now, guys. Anyone got anything they want to talk about?
Yeah, what t-shirts you're wearing, or what tops you wearing?
My t-shirt is not even metal. My t-shirt just says Colorado.
You can write.
I've got a Vince Ray on.
Vince Ray?
No band t-shirt today. You know Vince Ray and the Bone Shakers?
Oh, not really. No, no, I heard of that.
No. They're like a psychobilly band, but he does all the scratch stuff as well, which I love.
Okay, right. What band is that, Alexandra?
It's Vio-lence. I sent you the tracks before. They play metallic hardcore.
Okay,
the Russian.
cool. Right.
Is that a devourment? Is that a devourment top? I see. Is it, Chris? Are you wearing devourment?
Oh, yeah, devourment.
Mono
brutal death in Texas.
Leaning back, I can't see that blinking shirt you're wearing, Jake. What are you wearing today?
1.5.
Oh, 1.5. Yeah, right, cool. What shirt are you wearing, Tesso? What shirt are you wearing, man?
What t-shirt are you wearing?
I think he's got
my
a
t-shirt.
Exuma, is it?
My t-shirt. Exuma.
Exuma.
Oh, nice.
Exuma.
Not to be confused with
Exuma. From Italy.
Isn't there a thrash band called Exuma as well? Like, I'm sure there's
there's a thrash metal band called Exuma.
Yeah, they're
right.
Exuma's more like that's brutal death. They're pretty hyper, man. They're fast.
Right. Yeah. Exuma is a thrash band from Germany called Exuma as well. Is it Exuma with a H though? The EXHUMER. Yeah, it's got a H in that one. That's right. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Yeah, mine's just a bloody well Colorado shirt that someone from Colorado sent me one time. Someone from YouTube sent me an AOK. I just wear this when I come around my dad's. It's like it lives around my dad's house. So whenever I visit my dad, I just put this t-shirt on and then just start changing.
It kind of looks like a Southern Rock shirt, man. Like
a little bit, yeah.
It's like a Jack Daniels bottle.
Let's pretend it is a Southern Rock shirt, but yeah.
Yeah, pretend it's corrosion of conformity or something.
Even the chat are getting in. Liam is wearing a plain blue shirt, and there's a plain black one by Chris Maragoth.
Yeah, what are you wearing in the chat? Let us know what your shirts are.
Yeah.
Whoever's watching this stream, tell us what shirts you're wearing now.
Some shirts go for a lot of money now. Like Liam, his mum wants me to try and sell some of his shirts because he's not wearing his metal shirts like he used to. And like he was looking online, there's like she's looking at a deer size shirt that I had. She went, people were like she said it was going for like 200 quid or something on eBay. People are buying like old, I have sold a few old shirts before, back a few years ago. I remember I got about 50 quid or something for an old Pestilence shirt that I was selling because I was a fat bastard and I'd grown out of it. The shirt was still good, but my stomach just didn't want to squeeze into it anymore. So I kind of regret not just losing weight and like keeping the shirt. But you can get some good money for shirts now. I don't know if you guys ever.
Yeah, good vintages. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had a Deicide shirt, and he never knew who the band was.
Right. Liam wants me to play one of his tracks, but I refuse to play one of his tracks in a sensible string. My stepson Liam, he makes like songs. They're fun, but they're not like serious. Like I don't know, I want to play them. All right, we've got Brett is wearing a Grand Elder, a Cheshire Stoner rock band. Okay, I've not heard of Grand Elder. Have you heard of those Grand Elder, Jake or Trips?
I don't think I have.
No, I haven't.
The name might around, but
something tells me you should drink ale with it, like dark ale or something.
Yeah, Grand Elder sounds like it could be a name of an ale, doesn't it? Actually, I'd drink a pint of Grand Elder. It sounds like a good drink. It sounds like a good bit tipple. I might look up Grand Elder and see if I can bloody find it. Oh man, I'm so pissed off with this bloody raw laptop. Right, the only key that doesn't work is the D, and how often I need to type a D in. It's fucking so annoying. So I've just typed in Grand Ella instead of Grand Elder, which is not quite going to cut it,
You're gonna get like dietitians coming up.
Yeah, they're not even on Metal Archives Grand Elder, so they must be well cult. But I think Brett must win as having the most cult shirt going because no one's heard of them and they're not even on Metal Archives, so that's pretty cool. So you thought you was winning there, Alexandra, with your unknown Russian band that no one had heard of, but Grand Elder are not even on Metal Archives, so they win. Actually, I didn't look your one up.
I have to check if Wallen is.
Yeah, I've not checked it actually. Maybe they're not on there as well. Maybe it's a draw.
They've got their own archives. They've got Northerner archives.
What's everyone drinking tonight anyway? You drinking Headtrip?
Coffee? No, I'm having a detox for a month.
I just had 6X.
Was that Rolling Rock?
It's gone. Now I got the water to chase up the Rolling Rock.
Ah.
Very sensible.
That's what I was drinking earlier.
6X. Is that an ale, is it?
Yeah, nice ale.
Cool.
Crafted in Wiltshire.
Apparently, Grand Elder have got one song called Julia, but they've got a T-shirt already. That's a bit previous, isn't it? Why have a T-shirt when you've not even got a blinking more than one song yet? That's an interesting way of doing it. Coffee and Red Bull here on the train, says Chris. Yeah, it's a long journey home. He's been travelling home for nearly 2 hours now.
Coffee and Red Bull. That's a bit extreme, isn't it?
That's like double the wake up, isn't it?
Yeah, his eyes must be like that.
Yeah, need some bloody coffee.
I haven't had any, but they've got now beer. There's beer with caffeine in it. I haven't tried it, but
I did mention Black City Records has coffee in there. Well, this is one of them that I've had.
They sell coffee. Yeah, you said something about coffee. A record shop sells coffee. What the heck is that all about? The 666 blend. Black Coffee Worship. There's a black metal brewing company, isn't there?
Yeah, but
Like just like really strong black ale, black stout.
yeah, I have one of my favourite ones from them is Blood Revenge.
I've not actually had any of this.
They sell coffee in Crypt of the Wizard, don't they?
Really?
Yeah.
What's the score with record shops selling coffee then? When the hell did that become a thing?
Vinyls, tapes, leather jackets, and coffee.
When the fuck did that become a thing
I had
then?
coffee and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy some coffee. And then I ran out and I had to go there again when I bought the Carbonized album.
Is it because all the record shops are owned by hipsters now? Is that what it is? It's like it's like coffee shop and record shop and all rolled into one.
Black City Records ain't no fucking hipster.
Well, you're spilling coffee. Coffee is hipster shit. I swear. I'm sure coffee is hipster
But
shit.
it says Black Coffee Worship and it's all like, 666 unholy blend and one's called Viking Blonde. So come on. The decaf one's called Necromancer.
Fair enough, I suppose.
It's metal
I
coffee.
think that's a good idea. I mean, if I went to a shop and I saw coffee, I would buy it.
Yeah, maybe.
Nice civilized listening.
It's different, I suppose.
Chris, what is this battle?
What is what, sorry? What did you say, Tato?
What? Oh, Chris, what is the battle? Your battle?
Oh, this?
Coffee?
That's water. This one's gone, so I gotta chase it down.
How about Rolling Rock?
Yeah.
The video game nerd. He drank it in his videos.
Yeah, man.
That's not very metal, mate. That's not very metal. You'll be thrown out of the metal club.
Yeah, I got it. Here's my medal.
You have to go straight edge from now on.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Straight edge, motherfucker.
Yeah, I love hardcore. I can't deny it, man. Hardcore is good.
Fair enough. You like hardcore Headtrip, you do, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've actually recently been revisiting all my old like Strafe and like old Victory releases. I've been like on a big hardcore kick, man. Just going back on old releases. It's like a throwback week or two.
Nice, man, nice. You ever heard of a band called Hard Luck?
No.
They're an Australian band. They're I found them by a complete fucking accident. I fell in love with it. It was just absolute, just balls to the wall, man. It's like right on the edge of when it was really, really punk, going into the sort of 90s hardcore sound, and it's just like the perfect in between of there. So check them out. They're hard to find, but yeah, just look them up on YouTube.
I checked out a couple of hardcore bands when I was first getting into metal, because I was reading Metal Forces, and there'd be like interviews with some hardcore bands. And I bought a couple. There was a label called Hawker Records, had a few bands on it back in the late 80s, early 90s, and there was like Token Entry. I bought one of their albums. They're quite cool. I quite like them. Kind of skate obsessed. Kind of No for an Answer were pretty cool as well. I can't remember the other one, but I kind of like just favoured metal more. And I remember seeing Biohazard like supporting like every fucking band in London for a while. And I just didn't get on with them. It was like, oh man, I don't like this. This is just basically that's what I thought. And also another thing that fucking annoyed me back in the day was Napalm Death always used to get really fucking ropey support bands. Like not even metal, just like weird fucking noise shit, like Mad Cow Disease and Larceny. I remember playing with those ones. It was just fucking like
Mad Cow Disease.
Yeah, it was just fucking noise. It's like noise. It's like, oh man, this is shit. What a waste of fucking money this is. Yeah, that kind of.
What do you mean, like grindcore?
No, it wasn't even grind. It was like fucking electronic computer noise, that kind of rubbish.
Right.
Yeah.
What about that? You talk about the Berserker? I think it was like back in the 90s. There was something that came out like
the Australian band.
I remember them with the electronic drums.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know, distorted to hell, and it was pretty crazy. I couldn't get into them. I mean, that was too much noise for me.
Yeah, the Berserker.
Is it the same Berserker though? Is it the Australian grind Berserker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
Electronic drums.
I remember them electronic drums. I remember them being fast as
later
fuck.
on, they actually got an actual drum.
Right. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be like the fastest band or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Can't fucking say.
Yeah, I saw him at the Dome.
Right.
It was noisy. Yeah, it was noisy.
I thought I saw him in the Underworld with the Rotty.
Yeah. Yeah, I vaguely remember that as well.
Could be wrong.
Are you sure that wasn't the Dome? I'm sure the Rotty played the Dome as well.
Yeah, I don't remember going to the Dome that often, actually. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I didn't go to that gig anyway. No. Let me see Guar at the Dome way back in the day. Very first time I saw him. Bloody, I don't know, 90 or something like that. I'm not too sure.
Did you go to any of the Incineration Fests? They were held at the Dome.
No,
Yeah,
I did. I went to that Thrash. There was a Thrash gig there, Thrashall Day there. What's his face? Ferenc from Night Lord, is it? He put it on, I think. And the Virus played there, and Brain, help me. Tornaga played there as well, and DAM played there. DAM was one of them Thrash bands I liked back in the day. Really liked them back in the day. They played with like Nuclear Assault and there was a really quite a famous gig at the time. It was Candlemass, Dark Angel, Nuclear Assault, and DAM at the Hammersmith Odeon back in like '89 or something like that.
Oh boy!
Yeah, really. That's back in the day when every fucking gig was a good gig, where the support bands were good as well, you know. And then there was like a bit of a time in the '90s where like bands like Napalm Death put some shit on.
How did they fucking wangle that then? Hammersmith Odeon's like a prestigious venue.
Yeah, it was a good gig, man. There's videos of it as well. Both of them. There was like one called Freeway Thrash, which got DAM Candlemass, although they're not thrash at all, and Dark Angel on it. And then you got the Nuclear Assault video came separately as like a headline video. I think it was like Noise Records or something like that. But yeah, I've got both of them, but I've not listened. I've not watched them in years. I've still got video. I haven't got a video player, but I've still got all the old videos.
Well, what about in the Marquee? Because I never got to go to the Marquee.
Yeah, the Marquee was cool.
I've seen some pretty cool gigs there. Yeah.
Yeah, some cool. I never went to the original Marquee, but the one that's now the Weatherspoons on Charing Cross Road, is it?
Yeah.
Loads of gigs there. Yeah, loads of great gigs there.
I watched an obituary gig there on YouTube. I watched the whole gig of it, and it's just mental. It's really mental.
The only one I watched of that is when they played Turned Inside Out and everyone's just getting on stage and stage diving.
It's fucking stage dives.
Watching them out the way and just thinking, oh, I'm living the fucking life.
You get idiots diving off the stack. You see a few like steal that. Some idiot fucking climbs up onto the fucking Marshall stack somehow and dives off of it. It's like the stage isn't high enough. Let's go another 10 foot higher by climbing on top of 2 fucking stacks, you know? Those people
back then, huh?
Those people don't make old bones, I swear. Because like, if they're daft enough to do that, who else? They'll probably cross the road without looking both ways, and then like they never make it to 40 because you do that kind of shit.
It's a far cry from seated venues now, right?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
God, another 50 years, no one's ever going to believe that those people were around. Like, they'll be like, that's fake. Yeah. It can't be real.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, thinking about it, even now, before the lockdown, they started cutting down on stage diving, didn't they? All the signs, there'd be signs up everywhere. Then the Underworld had them as well, didn't they? No stage diving. And they were stopping people to do any sort of stage diving. You seen them, Headtrip?
Yeah, I've seen them, yeah.
They were trying to stop them, didn't they?
Yeah. In the Underworld.
Yeah, he started living out in Bristol.
It's like there's some new health and safety measure or something like that you can't stage dive anymore.
Yeah, because I stage dived at the Bear Cutter a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It's still open. It's not open anymore.
I wonder if it's got something to do with like fucking someone's dived and broke their leg and tried to sue the venue or something.
It's all to do with the Randy Blythe incident, isn't it? Because somebody stage dived at a Lamb of God gig and they died afterwards from their injuries. So,
did they?
Yeah, and he got into a bunch of trouble over it, and because he sort of like helped him stage dive kind of thing. So it was like you got locked up over it for a while.
Really?
But we all know the deal. We go to the gigs, we know the deal. We get in the pit, we know the deal. We could get broken jaw in the pit. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that when we go in. All of us know it.
We know the risks.
You know, it's part of metal. It's part of it's part of the energy, man. You know that. So it's like, you know,
something like that. It's a complete
you
freak
come out of a gig
accident,
fucked up. You're not going to be like complaining about it, really, are you? Like,
no.
The only people going to complain about it is somebody else who's like wants some sort of retribution for you. But I guarantee you, if that guy was in the bed, I guarantee you, he wasn't looking to get Randy in that kind of trouble. No way. I can't imagine that. No, I can't imagine any metalhead being that much of a dick. But I'm not saying he was a dick or anything like that. Like, I'm just saying, like, this is from my point of view as a metalhead. I would go into every gig. Man, I went to a gig when I got I got out of hospital. I got my leg out of plaster the same day, and I was at Biohazard. So I need a fucking deal, you know.
Yeah. You were looking to re-break you, weren't you?
If I was going to break it, it was going to be there.
You love that hospital food so much. You wanted to see if you could.
Yeah, fuck it.
You were testing the fix.
Fucking Sainsbury's, or are you going to break it at Biohazard?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's something like that. Something like obviously it can happen, but the chances are so extremely remote, aren't they? Let's face it, it's so extremely. You know, you could easily just had a heart attack walking down the street. You know, the chances are, you know, probably more for that. So to ban it at all gigs is. Oh well.
Guys, I'm about to run out of battery here, so I'm probably going to have to roll out.
Right.
I got 85. Yeah, I'm on the red, so. Yeah,
I might give it because I'm only folks anyway, so I might give it. I won't go for too long tonight myself. Actually, I was going to not do it too long a show tonight because around me folks and he's walking around trying to feed his cats and that, me dad. So.
Does your dad still do his podcast?
Yeah, we just did a podcast. I do a rock and roll podcast with my dad, Catman Jack's 50s Hop. We just did our 70-second show. That's up now. It's online now, guys. The link's down below. Check out some
old school rock and roll.
Yeah, and so my dad's DJ name is Catman Jack, and when I'm on his show, I'm the Rockin' Rhino. The Rockin' Rhino. That's the best name ever. Oh dear. Check out some 50s rock and roll, Alexandra. Come and say hello, Mr. Pussycat.
Oh, hi.
Say hello. This is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Charlie.
I don't think he's allowed on the table. I must get him down. He's like, what the hell's going on here?
Then Cat was just like, who the fuck are these people?
Right, yeah, maybe we'll finish up there now. Might as well finish up there now. If everyone's all right with that. Unless we've got anything else. I don't know if I've got. So I've got a track. Maybe I'll finish with a track. Let's have a look. Let's play out with a track, shall we?
There you go. Cool. Check out these guys, man. This is one of my favorite bands.
Who's that?
Winds of Genocide.
I should have heard that name before. Winds of Genocide. Where are they from?
They're from the UK.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of guys that aren't from the UK. I don't know an awful lot about them, but I got to see them in the Black Heart.
Right.
Was it Black Heart or was it in the? It was the Underworld, I think.
Okay.
My memory is shit as well. So.
Yeah. all the gigs roll into one, man. I swear the gigs all roll into one. And like,
massive.
Nowadays, people say, "Oh, have you seen so and so live?" And I can't remember if I've seen a band live. I'm saying, "Yeah, I must have seen them live, surely." Like there was a Facebook thing going around. How many of these bands have you seen? I'm counting. I'm going, "Did I see them live?" I don't know. I got a feeling I would have seen them live, but
go to your fucking CD collection. If it's there, you've seen them.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeah, but it's just like I remember seeing Carcass like a few years ago when they did like a reunion or whatever, and I was like, have I seen these live before? I must have seen them live before. I can't remember seeing them. Like, just fucking terrible memory, man. I wish I'd written them down. Write them down, Alexandra, while you're still relatively young. Write down all the gigs that you go to. Because when you're 50, you'll be looking back and not remembering any of them.
No, you know, I do that now. I don't remember.
Yeah, make notes.
Was Carcass on the bill with Napalm Death and Obituary and Voivod?
I don't know.
In the fucking what's it called?
Grind Crusher, the Grind Crusher tour.
The Bullet, is it near to the Bull and Gate, but not the Bull and Gate? The next one, what's it called?
The forum.
Is it
big venue? The forum.
The forum.
Okay.
Because I saw Voivod, Carcass, Obituary, and Napalm Death.
Oh, so it did happen. Yeah, and I was.
It did happen. I just can't remember what the fucking tour was called.
Yeah, I get that where I'm so fucking. My memory's so shit. I think, did that happen or did I dream it? Did I dream that happened? Yeah.
I don't remember what happened.
Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Right, Mike, we'll call it a night then, shall we? We'll call it a night. Let's all bagger off to our respective holes and listen to some metal, drink some more beer, whatever we're going to do. Listen,
guys.
So, mate?
I was going to say, it's cool to meet everybody.
Yeah, cool. Cheers for coming on, dude. Cheers for coming on. And if anyone wants to come back anytime, like it's kind of like any Friday, people want to come and hang out. It's normally Friday, it's Saturday now, but I normally do it on a Friday. But let's just let's play one of these old videos that I have played recently-ish.
Later.
See you later, mate. Where's everyone fancy? What is it? Actually, tell them about this. This band Tunguska are actually doing a live stream now. So after you finish this, if you want to go and search that out, Tunguska are doing a live stream, and let's just play their song as we bagger off. This is Tunguska with Stillborn. Go and check them out. Do a search, and you can watch them playing a gig live soon, as soon as this is over, if you like. I don't know. Anyway, talk to you soon, everyone. Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.